my God. Oh boy. So, it snowed last night and we're currently, I guess, in the blizzard. It is cold. It's like 10 degrees or something like that. The wind chill is strong and you can see the snow accumulates like crazy. And the worst part is that air is blowing into the trailer, right? And a lot of this is melted, blowing right into there. And so what that causes, you know, some of that air goes up, but a lot of it just goes through the fridge. It's just another reason to be a fan of the 12-volt fridge without the necessary vents. But road conditions, because we're hitting the road, icy. This is all, that is ice. That is ice. These trucks right here were here when we got in yesterday, and they're grounded. So, oh, I need to get in the truck. It's cold. Oh my gosh. So all night it was rocking and rolling and whistling, and you can really, boy, you can really feel that when that wind is pushing on the trailer. And you know, it's buttoned up pretty well. I could feel a little bit of a breeze even at the, you know, in the bed. Yeah. I could feel that. So, golly, that gets cold. So, man, if you're trying to use your trailer in the winter, I mean, we're winterizing all that good stuff, but still, I'd say got 12 volt. You know, if you needed a reason, yeah, here's just another. And if it applies in the winter, obviously it applies in the summer heat too. Mm-hmm. So, anyways, golly, all right. So we are gonna brave this weather, and I don't think it's gonna be that bad. Honestly, I think it'll be all right. Hopefully. So we'll go ahead. We need to take showers. We're gonna continue on down the road. We got like 100 miles or something like that until we hit a Planet Fitness, and then we are heading to South Dakota to warmer weather, believe it or not. I think of South Dakota is really cold in the winters, but... Yeah, I think we're starting to head towards the peak of spring, or the beginning of spring, but I hope it's as warm as it says it's going to be, because I could really go for a little break in this winter weather. Monday, Tuesday, it's supposed to be cold, but Wednesday hopefully picks up. So, all right, let's go. All right, a new Planet Fitness we've never been to here in Iowa. I always find it fun because sometimes they're in like a shopping mall, or sometimes they're like standalone. It's interesting how these Planet Fitnesses are. So we've left the blizzard, and I'm glad we did. It's a little tiny bit warmer, but it's also like you can actually see, and the ground is pretty clear. And it took about 25 or so miles of us driving to get there. Man, there are so many stupid people on the road that like, they know the ground is slick, right? You have to know, but they just don't care. Like, they'll fly by us, and we'll be doing maybe 40, 45, which at this point I'm like, okay, this feels pretty stable, but you can still feel the like icy spots. No, they'll go flying by. But speaking of frosty conditions, we got kind of a ridiculous comment the other day, and the person posted it, then deleted it. Now this person, we'll call him Gary, created his account 15 minutes prior just to create this comment. And then he edited his comment, and then he deleted his comment. And so it got held for review, which is the reason I was able to see it. It's wild. And there are a lot of people that will make comments, they get held, and then they delete their own comments. Now this Gary fella left this comment on the video where I talk about pure chaos. Basically, that I tried to make a few appointments to get some factory tours, and this person clearly misunderstood some things. First of all, you don't love RVs. You love your RV and came here to discredit all others. If you did love RVs like you claim, you wouldn't show up in Goshen unannounced. They call it Goshen, right? That's the first indicator that this person definitely works for Forest River, because Goshen is a bigger city. But it must be that they called that specific factory or that plant Goshen. So, and I miffed and appalled that you were unable to acquire a tour long after whatever plant you randomly showed up to was no longer running production for that day or wasn't running that day at all. Something you never considered. You would have made the appropriate provisions. I think they meant could. You chose
not too intentionally. Guys, I tried to make the appropriate provisions. If you love RVs so much, you'd at least have an appreciation for the people who make them. The people who wake up at 3 a.m. just to start the day at 5 a.m. People who are generally done by 12. Time I'm assuming you missed, or worse, you showed up on a day when there's no production, because some of these places are only running production 3 days a week. First off, I would never say anything, and I have never said, in fact, I specifically complimented the folks that work at these places, because it's hard work. I mean, look, if you don't think that is hard work, good for you, man. You're a better man than I. But no, I think it's hard work. But I couldn't know about the schedule because nobody told me, and I even asked, and I just wanted to take the tour where I would learn that information. Then you walk in and ask the gal, as though he quoted that as if he's offended, and act completely miffed when she asked who you're with. He likes this miffed word. I wasn't miffed. I wasn't even upset. I was laughing because of how absurd this was. And all this could have been resolved by simply shoot an email here, or fill out the form, a website, a website. Go figure. Brinkley figured that out. Act completely missed when she asks who you're with. When you already know how many competitors are around the immediate area, any of which could feel compelled to go see what the other is doing. And since you refuse to give up any personal info, I can't imagine why you would be so confused. I gave up my personal info. That's crazy. I even gave my phone number. Well, a phone number. Furthermore, honestly, like a manufacturer as big as Forest River wants your personal info so they can sell you a unit. That's hilarious. Manufacturers don't sell you units. That's the shit that happens on the dealer level. What? You don't think that manufacturers want your information to then, sell your information? It's valuable. Your data is valuable. I don't even know what to say about that. But I think back to when we took the Thor Motor Coach factory tour, and that was wild. If you guys watch that video, it's really interesting. But I had to use one of my throwaway accounts. So I went ahead and used a throwaway email there, and still to this day, whenever I check in there, I still get factory direct promotions, right? This is this is common sense, and guaranteed they sold that information to local dealerships as well. The bottom line, you showed up and announced when nobody could help you was around. You went to, there were people around, so I don't know about that. You went to 2 people who work in shipping. I had no idea that they were both in shipping. They didn't look like they were both in shipping. But how would you know that if you didn't work at the factory? Okay. One of which doesn't even ship the product that comes out of that building. So when you feel offended by the way she treated you when you asked to use the bathroom, it's not necessarily her plant to give you permission to go walking through to get to said bathroom. Those were 2 separate incidents. The bathroom one was at Brinkley's. This person's clearly on something. You proved that was probably a bad idea by videotaping the line when you did. It's called recording. But no, actually I went from door 1 and then I walked through because it was really cold, following a yellow line to get to door 4 to go back up. Whatever. All right. I also find it peculiar, as if it mattered, how you slipped the horse and buggy comment in there. Seems unnecessary to even bring up unless you're attempting to illuminate something derogatory. Do you view the Amish in a despairing way? I think he meant disparaging. No, but it's interesting. Because fun fact, if you're not from the area, you may not have ever seen this. And we've seen this before. This is it's fascinating to see horse and buggies just cruising around. That's crazy. To see one of the Forest River plants, there's a freaking train track right outside of that, and it shakes the entire building. That's interesting to see so many RVs. Interesting is not disparaging by any means. It means that it has caught my interest. It is piqued my fascination, and I am like, whoa, this is a different culture. Different cultures are interesting. How does that not make sense? The equivalent of what you did. The equivalent of what you did is walk into Walmart when Walmart was closed, but ask the people at the hair salon in Walmart to give you a tour of Walmart, and then make a big deal when they couldn't. Had you showed up when people who actually run Walmart were there, they probably would have been very friendly and very accommodating. No, this one just cracks me up because, 1, they got a bunch of details wrong here. 2, who the hell takes a tour of Walmart? What? What? If they were giving out distribution center tours, maybe that'd be kind of interesting. Just to see how they manage so much product. Sure, maybe I'd take a tour. But, what in the world? I don't know. I think this is fascinating how much reach my stupid little YouTube channel has. Just how much energy I'm able to get out of these guys. And just imagine if I wanted to piss them off, right? If I wanted to upset these people, just imagine what I would be able to do. Isn't it incredible? I think that what happened is I got somebody in trouble. Clearly somebody up there at Forest River goes and watches that video that was probably sent to them by somebody else. And so shit rolls downhill. And whoever's directly in charge of that, security or setting appointments or something, somebody got upset that another person wasn't doing their job, or that some numbskull shouldn't be able to just walk around the plant, What? You know, and by the way, I'm just following signs that were there, right? Like I'm not doing anything. I'm just asking questions. And there's a couple of things they could have done differently, right? Thanks for bringing this to our attention. We had no idea it was so difficult to get a factory tour, and we want to give people factory tours because it's a great way to promote our products, right? Thank you for the process improvement suggestions, such as a website or main directory knowing about factory tours, or you know what? Maybe it's not the smoothest process to have a salesman giving the factory tours. Well, maybe we do a line manager or a PDI specialist or something to that effect, right? Somebody that knows the product and doesn't mind hanging out after hours or whatever. And in my opinion, I don't think that while you're pushing these rigs around and the people are working and we got nail guns going and all this, I don't think that you should give factory tours at that time. That's just my opinion. I don't work in the industry, but like, I don't think that's good for liability. I'm sure that insurance wouldn't love that. And insurance companies also probably don't love people without hard hats, safety vests, glasses, being able to stroll around. So I'm sure that wasn't good for public image. It also wasn't really good for your insurance costs, right? I don't imagine. But I'm just guessing that's what happened. And it's just funny how a little like experience rant, I don't even call it a rant. It wasn't negative per se, but it was just funny. And at the end of the day, it wasn't serious because it's like, man, it's just a factory tour. And that's the fun of these videos. It's just like, this is something I experienced. This is what I'm sharing about it, right? And oh boy, people take that video so seriously. But I think the person also realized that, I mean, I'm not going to name names here, but they also realized that the call that we had was also recorded. And I also shared that because of how wild this experience has been over a video. And the call video, as of the time of this recording here, hasn't even dropped yet. And boy, they are gonna lose their pants on that one. I don't even know. I'm probably gonna send someone to a hospital over it at this rate. Like, holy cow, man. But it's just wild. These people just take this so seriously instead of saying thank you, right? There's no gratitude. There's no like, well, we messed up. You know what I mean? There's no humility. It's, hey, I hope you live with yourself. And you know what? You don't love RVs. But to leave a comment saying that, Joel, me, I don't love RVs when we literally created a freaking YouTube channel about this. And what? What in the hell? Gosh. Look at these nachos.
That's proof we eat green vegetables.
Yeah, that is good. You got beef, cheese, we got some salsa, green peppers, bell peppers rather. Yep, sour cream. And then even with the air fryer use, we're doing really well on solar today. It was kind of amazing. Over 1,400 watts for a period.
Yeah, we've been killing it.
It is 5:34. Ignore the time up here. It's 5:34. And we're still getting, you know, we were getting about 400 watts. Give or take. So that is awesome. Somewhere around 10 degrees, 15 degrees out, somewhere in there.
Cold out. It's cold. And the wind chill's like negative 28 degrees below that. So yeah, that's fun.
So cool. Literally. So we're going to do some trekking tomorrow. But for tonight, I think it's 5:30. We'll just stop. My butt gets hurt after so many hours in the truck. Yeah. I honestly wonder about like a little lower back thing, you know, a little pillow or something, but I don't know.
Like mother, like son.
I don't know about that. My mom's is more extreme. But anywho, we're gonna eat these, edit this video, crash. We always watch some movies.
Yep.
Yeah. What do you guys do for entertainment at night? I'm curious. Because we're always watching. We find a movie, and invariably we end up watching like we watched the whole Bob's Burgers, and now we're watching
The Great North.
The Great North. Yeah, on Hulu. So I'm curious where you guys are at, but anyways, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next video.
Bye, guys.
Bye.